Welcome back to Sports Jam, and we are at Cooper High School. Ryan Iversen, our 12 Sports football analyst, joining us to talk playoff football. Down to a handful of teams remaining. Let's start here with Class 5A Cooper. We saw them tonight here against Irondale. Very impressive performance. They've had a great year, and now they get a rematch with Spring Lake Park.
Well, not just impressive, dominating tonight, really in all phases of the game. I'll tell you what's most impressive about Cooper, maybe more so than any 6A school or 5A school team that I've seen this year, is just the depth of talent and athletes that they have. They have so many guys on the outside, from a receiver to a slot receiver. Their running backs, their quarterback is playing out of his mind. He's accurate. They got great balance, and defensively too, they just fly to the ball. They got playmakers all over the place. It's setting up for a really, really nice rematch with Spring Lake Park next Friday night.
Yeah, those teams play for the Section 5 championship in 5A. Got 4 teams left in 6A in our viewing area. Let's start with Maple Grove. Got tested against Roseville, poured it on late, pulled away, and now they've got a rematch with Edina, a team that beat them by 1 point.
My feel, Jay, for Maple Grove is that they don't play up to their level until they have this sense of urgency, right? There's been a couple games this year where it's been closer or they've even trailed, and then all of a sudden they pour it on, they end up winning by 30, right? So, I think they got, number one, they got a senior quarterback in Brad Davison, who everyone knows is a great athlete. He's a competitor. He's a guy you want on your side. He's going to do whatever it takes to win. They got a pretty good balance of running and passing, but, what travels in playoff football is running the football and playing defense. And Edina, that's what they do. They run the football and they play physical defense. Edina got the best of Maple Grove earlier in the year by 1, so I expect a really physical game.
Champlain Park, a team you saw Friday night, they'll go on the road to take on Eastridge.
Yeah, I left really impressed too with Champlain Park. Not only did they lose Bennett Otto, their sophomore quarterback, to a shoulder injury, but their senior quarterback, their backup Costello, who had been the starter last year, kind of an unusual circumstance, but he came in and he didn't miss a beat. He was very confident, very effective. They obviously throw the ball, that's what they like to do, but I actually left being even more impressed with their running game. Kind of similar to Cooper in that they have really good balance. And when you're going to play Eastridge, who's big, physical, almost like a pro-style offense, big offensive lineman, we're talking 300-plus pounds, a really good running game. They're going to have to be physical. It's going to really come down to, I think, Champlain Park selling out to stop the run of Eastridge. And let's face it, Eastridge is down a little bit this year. They have a couple of losses. They're not quite to the level they were last year. I think that's a very winnable game for Champlain Park.
Hopkins Royals still alive after a win over Farmington. The downside, not an easy task. They'll take on Totino Grace.
Yeah, congratulations for a playoff win. Here's Totino Grace, maybe the best football team in the state of Minnesota. Here's the thing, when you play Totino Grace, is they're not going to beat themselves. They're going to just run you and run you and run you and pound you, almost like a boa constrictor, just kind of suffocating you. What Hopkins is going to have to do, and they like to throw it, they run a spread offense, they're going to have to take care of the football.
Now, some good games coming up. That's Ryan Iversen, our 12 Sports football analyst, and more playoff games coming up in this week ahead.